A very important factor to consider before investing in a cryptocurrency is its circulating and total supply. Make sure the notepad is at hand for this lesson, guys, as it's one of the more technical aspects of the course. So, there are two types of crypto supplies to be aware of: finite and infinite, meaning the supply is either capped to a max figure or there is an unlimited amount that can be created over time. However, if that's the case, this usually means as time goes on, the rate of release slowly decreases. You may be familiar with this concept from Chapter 1, where we covered the difficulty increase of mining cryptos as the levels progressed higher. So once we've discovered if the supply is finite or infinite, we can then take this one step further and break the supply down into three categories depending on the cryptocurrency we are researching. We will use a handy tool you will be seeing multiple times throughout this course called CoinMarketCap. This shows us the circulating supply, the total supply, and the maximum supply. We can use these statistics to give us an edge in analysing good potential cryptos. The circulating supply is what's currently circulating and available for trade on the market. This includes the total amount available on every exchange, not accounting for what's been sold and held in wallets. The total supply. The total supply measures all coins in existence, including those already sold and no longer circulating. This means the total supply figure can usually be larger than the circulating supply. Finally, maximum supply. The max amount of coins that will ever exist or be generated for that specific crypto. If we use Bitcoin as an example, the max supply that will ever be generated after mining has come to an end is 21 million Bitcoins. Although total supply and max supply seem familiar, they are completely different. Learning how to read through the information CoinCap provides will greatly benefit you. The information is there in plain sight, but not many know how to utilize it. For example, if a cryptocurrency has a circulating supply, but no max or total supply alongside it, that means it has no max supply, and the developers have not set a limit on how much can be created. Even if the crypto has a circulating supply and total supply on the page with no max supply present, you guessed it, it has no cap on how much can be produced. So now you know Bitcoin has a max of 21 million BTC that can be generated through mining. CoinMarketCap has circulating supply and max supply information available. This means once the 21 million cap is reached, that's it. Now in the likes of other cryptos, such as Ethereum, CoinMarketCap only has circulating supply data available, which does mean the supply is uncapped. However, this does not mean the supply will continuously be created forever and ever. Each crypto has a predefined creation or mining rate. This is usually the mining difficulty method, which produces less coins as the years go by, as the difficulty begins increasing. But it could also be for developers actually already having every coin created by pre-mining them all up front, and by locking the coins up into a programmable system called a smart contract, which distributes a designated amount of the coin into the market each month. This helps the developers accurately calculate the distribution rate each year and helps us see how much of the coin is being liquidated into the market supply. Now you may be wondering, how would this possibly help you? Well, if you take a quick look at the top 20 cryptos, notice that those with the circulating supply in the low to medium millions have prices in the hundreds. That's because for the short term, having a lower circulating supply means price can make huge gains very quickly, as all it takes is a few huge investors to purchase $50 million worth of the crypto and take a huge amount of the coins out of circulation. This is simple supply and demand. The supply has been greatly reduced, therefore the demand and price greatly increases. My favourite way to explain this to people is with a rare collectible item. If a company release only 100 limited edition pieces of a certain item, these all sell immediately. There's now no supply and huge demand. The price of these assets soar because they're becoming increasingly harder to acquire. Yet, if the company suddenly re-released these same items on a global scale, the value of your holdings would dramatically fall in value. The way coins with circulating supply in the billions solve this is through the smart contracts or increasing mining difficulty. Because the market knows there will be no surprise dump of millions of coins into the supply, they can comfortably still invest into these cryptos, knowing the price will experience huge gains over the long term as the supply gets bought up month by month. If, for example, a company holds 20 billion coins but only releases 1 billion into the market a month, these coins are still being removed from the supply, like the capped cryptos. It just happens in a more secure basis. Practice this method by taking notes of all the supply types and how they work, and putting it into real-life tests by having a browse through coinmarketcap.com and analysing the supply types and the amounts for each cryptos in the top 20. Then analyse their price, charts, and price action to see how effective it would be to know this information in advance before investing.